Hey, what's up guys, it's T-Bone here and welcome back to another episode of playing Legendary Game of Heroes. Jade Forest, there's about 2 days and 18 hours remaining. In the last episode we talked about the different cards for this event. So right now what they've got is also a new, so they've got the relic available now, and if you're a VIP they do have a second pack as well where you can get a um, second relic. And so let's go in and talk about the event itself, what I'm doing to compete in this particular event, and also just kind of talk about Slayer's event in general. How do you deal with the key management, and also how do you continue to generate more keys, and how do you stay afloat on the guild bosses? All right. So the first things first, let's talk about the deck that I'm running with. So I don't have Panda and I don't have the ultra rare card, but I did invest in a Flying Lotus. And so what I've done is just try to build a team that will give me a little bit of an advantage to try and deal some damage. Okay, so I am using Flying Lotus as the leader here for the Earth Honor heroes. And I have Athena here. She is only a commander card that is also not a honor card, so I don't have a boost there. But her battle skill is to increase the drop rate of Earth gems, and I'm using her to increase the number of gems that drops when I match my power gems. And the way I'm doing that is by adding in Hippolyta. Now both of those cards, this one and also Athena, were cards I got from the Path of Champions. So I'm very happy to have gotten her. So for Hippolyta, she is an honor card as well, so she gets a little bit of boost. And her battle skill is to create one Earth Power Gem 3. So this is a Power Gem spawner that I can use to help out. So this is the first deck I'm running with, and then I do have two of the relics in play right now to help out with the initial board. The second deck that I'm most usually running with is this deck, where I use Cleric Garen as the leader, and then the Minotaur as the card to dispel the Gem Silence. In addition to that, I also have this deck that uses Catherine as a leader. This is one I use the most for my solo boss fight. So I'm going to show how this all works right now. So first things first, let's just talk about solo bosses, and let's talk about the gems, the keys, right? So you can see I have 29 solo boss keys and 209 guild boss keys. So the way you get guild boss keys, obviously, is by defeating solo bosses. And so if you take a look around, here are some strategies I employ, right? So take a look at the board that's around you. In general, you have I think up to 3 solo bosses that you can that you'll see before it fills up, and you don't see any new ones. So for me, I try to clear out as many as I can, and I always try to use 1 key if possible, and I only use 3 keys for the really big bosses where I want to try and get MVP for. So here I'm going to go in with my light deck. It actually works out against this unit because it's dark. And you can see I'm not going to get MVP here, but the goal is to just get just get the finisher as well. So by getting finisher, I'll get the 1 key here, and also 1 for finishing, and I'll get a key to replenish so that I don't actually use up anything right now. So that's the first strategy. Now let's go ahead and attack. Okay, and so given that this is a dark unit, I should have no problems defeating this relatively quickly. In fact, yeah, just by matching all the gems, I was able to deal enough damage to take him out, because I basically have 4 cards that are all warrior cards that are boosted 3 times, so I'm getting 4 times the damage there. And so you can see I get I also got a rally here, so I got a little bit of trophies here. So I have 1 key here, and then I got MVP, so I get, I guess I did get MVP, I didn't think I would. So I get 3 keys there, and then an additional key for finishing, and then I get my my key back as well. So I basically earned 5 keys just from that engagement. And if you have your own solo bosses, you also get the advantage of getting, so you can see here, if it's my own boss, I get 1 key here, I get a key back for finishing, and MVP if I finish that. And also I get a bonus key for being a finder here. So by going through these little bosses, actually the silvers and the bronzes, you can actually build up your keys really quickly if you are smart about what you do. So don't spend three keys if you can help it. And obviously, going through the guild bosses will earn you keys as well. Every time you finish one, you get a key as well. So when do I use three keys is when I have the big bosses, where I try to get MVP to get more trophies and also to get even more guild boss keys. So let's go ahead and do a fight here. Let's see if I have a new one that I can use. So let's go ahead and use this one. So let's go and use the first team here that uses the 2 Flying Lotus. Now, this may not be, so the 2 other cards I have may not be available for everybody, Athena and also Hippolyta, but the goal here is really just for me to try and match as many power gems as I can, while giving some, and basically just take advantage of the gems here and use my, the Flying Lotus cards as the damage dealer here. Okay, so I have to be very careful here not to accidentally match the cards. So here you go. All right, and then now that I have it lined up, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Flying Lotus skills here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use Athena. Oh, oops, I matched the wrong direction there. So the goal here is I wanted to try and do the match with the greens, and then if I had matched more gems along the way, I would have cleared out the board more, and using Athena's skill to increase the drop rate. The goal was to have more green gems drop and then get matched to increase the number of multipliers, as well as getting just more damage output there. So this one is probably going to be about 100 or so 141. So not too bad. It's still 140, and the fact is they've decreased the health of the guild bosses now, so it's a little easier to deal with. So 140 or 200. If you can consistently do that with this boss, you just need to attack 8 or 9 times, and you should be done. This is by yourself. Okay, so now let's go ahead and change the team here. So the team that I do want to run with, this is the other one that I go with to fight the boss. So I'll start with this one. Again, I have the Minotaur in there to dispel gem silence. And I am running with a couple of one additional relic here to increase the number of gems on the board. The goal really is to try and have 2 power gems on the board if possible, but if it's not, then I just kind of roll with it. There's only so much I can do. And then you can see that the Minotaur is dispelling the gems. And sometimes what I like to do is I just want to get my light gems a little bit closer, and also get a chance to spawn a few more if possible, just to maximize on the damage. Right? It's all about maximizing damage whenever you can in these situations. Okay, so this is 36, so there's about like a little bit over 100 million, and then you can see we're now cycling again. We have the 3 turns has gone by, and I'm just gonna go ahead and same idea here, get the gems closer together, and then you invoke. I can actually do one more. And unfortunately, that's what happens when I get greedy. Okay, that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and move this one here this way instead. And let's go ahead and use Indale. Okay, and let's see how much damage we get there. So about half the damage. Then unfortunately, I lost a power gem there. Otherwise, I think it would have done a little bit better. So let's take a look at the damage output, right? So it was 140 earlier, and we're now 320. So that was about 180. All right. Now let's do one more time with the third deck that I have in play, which I use for my solo boss. It's also okay for me to use this because I do have 4 times the damage here, and I'm banking all of my damage on the first 2 turns. All right. So this is a deck that is, also more likely to be something that's available in your arsenal. So hopefully this is something that is a viable option for you. All right, so here I have 2 power gems that I've built up, and I'm gonna go ahead and unfortunately I didn't match enough gems to activate. Yeah, so you can see here's the challenge, right? So I didn't activate Indale, and as a result of that, I don't actually have. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is activate Catherine to reduce damage, and then now finally I have Indale that I could activate, or I can, or not. I'm just gonna have to do this again. So this is the risk of running with this deck is if I don't get Indale activated on the first turn, then I basically will do like basically no damage. I was hoping to be able to show the actual damage output there. So we were at, I think we dealt about 40 million, right? So anyway, so 366. Let's go in one more time. I just want to make sure that I actually do it the way I intended. Okay, so let's make sure that I match enough gems. All right, I think, again, I missed it. I noticed that afterwards I can only leave 3 gems behind, and I was trying to be cheeky there, so that was my bad. And as a punishment, I basically will always have my Indale be gem silenced. That's what I've noticed. It is extremely frustrating as well. So let's see if this will. No, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this one off, and then be done with it. Okay. So I think with this one, it's probably going to be similar in the 30 to 40 million range, if that. So we were at 360. Let's see if we at least broke to 400, 440. So we managed to get 80 million there. It looks like, but I could have gone a lot more if I was able to actually use up all of the gems in the beginning. So while it is viable, it's a lot riskier and it's a lot tougher, right? So that's why I don't use this deck as much. So let's take a look, right? So these are using Cleric Garen, and if you have something similar, that's a gem spawner. This is really a power gem spawner plus power gem spawner plus gem spawner option. If you have Monk, Auric, or other infinite affinities that actually will destroy all the gems, etc. That's another option for you as well. So this is what I've tried. Let me know what other decks you're running besides the main feature deck, and having success there. I love to hear more about it. I love to learn about it. The fun for me is really just kind of exploring the different decks and trying them out. And let me know if you have any questions on, in general, the mechanics of the Slayers event and how you can sort of rotate yourself and just kind of keep yourself rolling here. So right now, just kind of seeing where I'm at. Our guild's doing well, 120th in the guild, and I'm holding steady at 17th right now in gold, and I'm just gonna try and make sure to stay there. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I will give a quick plug here. There is another YouTuber, Dubai Prince, who has done a pretty good set of videos as well, and he does showcase this particular week's event cards in his latest video. I'll have the link in the description below. Make sure you check him out. So anyways, thank you for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.